hey, 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 hey. It's your Jamaican girl.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of JGBW, Jamaican Girl Big World, and it's your Jamaican girl. Today it's just me. It's just me today. I guess it's time for an honest conversation with myself. So I figured, I'm just gonna hit record and see where we end up. Haven't really been feeling like myself lately. I don't know. I don't know if it's burnout, or if, like imposter syndrome taking over again, or I don't know. All the things, all the things, all the things. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit and I'm just gonna talk and we're just gonna see where we end up. So let me tell you what's been going on. So I've been feeling really just like in my head, like a lot's been going on up here and I can't really like place, what I'm feeling or what exactly is happening with me. Like I can't tell you exactly like where I'm going. Like I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me or if other people experience this too. Cause I know like as it is like mental health awareness month and whatever. So we're keeping it in theme with that. Yeah, we're staying on track. And I know like with mental illness, there's this thing where it wants you to like isolate yourself and make you feel as though you're the only one going through something, when in reality that's not the case at all. Like everybody going through this thing as well. But so but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if it's just me that gets like this, but like I get up to a point where I'm just like in my head about like a lot of things, and I think it's just me that don't know how to like explain myself. And mind you, I'm supposed to be like a really good communicator, because this is like my whole thing. Like I'm supposed to be in the media girl, I'm supposed to be the writer, the one that knows how to communicate, because that's literally my job, right? My job is literally to communicate. It is literally what I'm studying in school. It is literally who I am as a person, a communicator, right? Yet, when it comes to my feelings, I do not know where to begin, where it ends. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I can't explain it. All I can do is feel it. It's in my body and it's making me feel some type of way. And I don't know how to express that to another person outside of me. Like if you're not within my skin, within my mind, within my brain, you would not understand. So the only person that does understand is God. So I like, all right, God, this is what's going on. And I can talk to him because he already knows, right? But then to explain to another human being is just like, what do I say? How do I put this into words? Like, I don't know. And that's frustrating because then that then affects my relationships with other people. Like it affects my friendships, romantic relationships, etc., etc., etc. Familial relationships, etc. Because they're all like big man walk on and I can't tell you. I can't tell them, right? Because I don't know how to explain it. So, and then mind you, like I've been going to therapy and I told my therapist, like, this is what I'm feeling, da 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 da. And she's like, all right, well, you could write it down. Or when you're having a moment where you are unsure of what it is, turn on your camera and just start recording yourself, do like a journal, a video diary thing. Or, write it down or whatever. So that way it's outside of you and then you're finding ways to express what's going on internally. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll try it. Tried it. Mind you, I'm a journal girly. Like I've been journaling since I was like 12 years old, right? Like I have a plethora of diaries just laying about filled with words of things that I was feeling before. So I'm not new to it. However, recently I've been feeling as though that I can't even do that anymore. Like I haven't journaled in weeks. It's just sitting there and all the thoughts are jumbled up in my head, not really making any sense. So I don't know. I'm just going through this weird phase where I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know. I think I just feel so, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel so, it's just a weird feeling. And then it makes me feel even more distant from people because then they're just like, well, God, and I can't explain it to them. So that creates even more distance, and that makes me feel even more alone because I'm alone in my feelings now and I can't express it or share it with anybody else outside of me. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get up my head, get up my own way. I don't know if you guys have any healthy coping mechanisms that you do that you be willing to share. I'm definitely willing to listen. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. So yeah, and because of that, it's just making me feel like really depleted. Like sometimes I just feel like I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm supposed to be an adult. You're joking, right? You're trick. Yeah. The joke is on you, and tricks are for kids because I'm not an adult. Whatever do you mean? I'm not an adult. I'm basically 12. What are you on about? I don't feel like an adult at all. Like, what is even an adult? What is an adult? What is an adult supposed to do? How they're supposed to think, how they're supposed to live? I don't know because I don't think I'm doing that. I'm just winging it. Every day I get up, I'm just winging it. I'm just out here like, another day. Okay, we'll see what happens today. You see me? I do not have it figured out. I do not know what I am doing at all. I need help. I need help. And I think that's like the biggest thing with people. Like everybody is on this thing where like, oh, I don't need help type of vibe. And we want to work independently of each other. We want to be independent of each other because we think that is the best way. And like telling somebody else's your problems is like you come off as a burden, or it's not seen as ideal. Like, you should be able to have your shit figured out. You should be able to know what's going on with you or whatever. But that's the biggest lie. That's the biggest lie. Like, brother, you need community. You need a support system. You need friends and family around you, whether they're your chosen family or your actual family. You need a support system. You need people to rely on, because no man is an island and we all need each other to survive. Like, we literally need each other to survive. It is literally in our makeup. We are social creatures. We need other people around us. And it's tapping into that network and into that support system that will really help you get through days like these days that I'm having currently. And I know I'm a hypocrite for saying this, because here I am saying that, you need people and whatever. And I will not go to a single soul. I will not pick up my phone and call a single soul. I will sit here and be stressed out and be worried and be anxious and be going the fuck through it and not say anything. And if you're like me, just don't do that. Literally, if you're listening to this, stop. You need these people. You need them. And just as much as you need them, they need you too. You're needed here. Your life here, your purpose here, your goals that you are meant to achieve, the people that you are meant to meet, the people that are going to love you, people are going to take care of you. You are yet to discover so much. And as much as I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to myself also, because I tend to get caught up in my head and thinking that, I really don't need to be here. Like, nobody's not going to miss me if I'm gone. The biggest lie. You're here for a reason, as am I. We're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose. And until we've yet to live that out, we're just gonna be here. So yeah. Sorry to get so vulnerable. But I'm literally in my feels today. Because I don't know. And then there's also imposter syndrome. I'm here thinking, can I even do this podcast? Can I even be what I want to be in this life? Can I actually step into this field after I graduate and I step into the world of media and communication? Can I do the things that I actually want to do, that I think I can do? Can I actually do that? Like, that freaks me out, because I'm just like, am I actually capable? Am I as talented as I think I am? Am I as smart as I think I am? Am I as witty and funny and interesting as I think I am? Am I really? Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I think the best I can do is just be myself and to just trust the process and just trust God that He will see me through. That all will be well. But like I get in my head, I get in my own way, and I don't want to do that anymore. I promise you, I don't want to get in my own way anymore. I don't want to, you know, quit while I'm already ahead. Like I don't know. Like I want such big things for myself. I have the biggest dreams. The biggest dreams, right? And I know, like, I've been in previous relationships before where people have told me that, oh, my dreams are unattainable or they're unrealistic. I'm never gonna get where I think I'm gonna go because that is not a reality. I need to be more realistic. The things that I want to do, they're not real. They're hobbies or, all these negative things. And mind you, these things were coming from said support system at that time. So forgive me if I don't always want to turn to my support system because I feel as though the very people that are supporting me are the very people that have hurt me. Yes, that was a lot. That was a lot. But yeah, like it's not God. In my feelings today. In my feelings today. Anyway, people. So yeah, so like I was saying, so it's confusing. It's very confusing because, like I said, I've been in situations where I'm a little bit sick today. So forgive me for the sniffles and the nasal sounding thing. Like I'm struggling here. Going through it. We're going through it. It's been a week. Anyway. Right. So yeah, like I've literally been in situations where I've spoken about like my dreams to my support system, right? Well, my support system at that time. I have a whole new support system now, thank God. But anyway, at that time, I've had a support system where I'm like telling them okay, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to like have a dance blog and I want like, I wanted to have like a dance blog and I want to put together photo shoots and I want to do this and I want to do that and da and raise me. And they must look at me and say to me, man, I think that's too realistic still. Like your dreams are unattainable, big man. You need to like think of something else because I don't think this is possible. Like what you want to do doesn't even exist. Like, what? Give me a break. Maybe I could make it a real thing. Maybe I could be the first person to do it. What's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with that? Maybe I could be the first dance blogger, dance writer, dance whatever, right? Because that's what I wanted to do at the time. So maybe, and granted, those things are a real thing and they are happening, but it wasn't. But at the time, I was living in Jamaica and nobody was doing it yet, right? It was very new. It was like this was a while ago, right? Anyway, nobody was doing it yet. So when homeboy was saying to me that, yeah, your dreams are not attainable, like that's unrealistic, I felt some type of way because I'm like, oh my God, like you're supposed to be my support system. You're literally a part of my loved ones. Like you are supposed to be, I value your opinion. Like you're supposed to be encouraging me and whatever. And you're literally tearing my dreams apart right in front of me, making me feel like shit, basically. And he's not even the first one that's done it. Like, I've heard it from, like, relatives as well about, like, other things that I've done and pursued. And they're like, oh, that's not real. Like, that's a hobby. Dance is not this, da. Like, them did come for me. Them did come for me wicked, right? And honestly, it really, really deteriorated my self-confidence and made me feel as though, like, okay, maybe I really shouldn't pursue dancing as a career. Maybe I shouldn't, go anywhere with this. Like I don't know. So maybe that's why I've had such like a weird relationship with dance. Like I've always loved dance for sure. Like I said, I've been doing it since I was like 5 years old. And then I went to like Edamame College, which is a performing arts school in the Caribbean, the only one of its kind. Small flex. So yeah, like I've always had like a weird relationship with dance because of that. Because like I said, I've never really had any real support. So it just, but then despite all the odds, I still managed to finish that degree and had amazing experiences in dance, traveled and dance, like those are really, really cool things, you know. And then those same people would be like, oh, hey, congratulations. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Da 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 da. Are you really? Are you really? Because a moment ago, not too long ago, you were saying X, Y, and Z. So the switch up is mad, right? So I think I'm using those like past experiences and I'm projecting them onto my new support system. And I'm robbing myself of this new support system by not telling them how I'm feeling and what's going on with me now, for fear of being rejected and treated the same way as I was before. And that's not fair. That's not fair to them, and it's not fair to me. I'm literally robbing myself of something so good and so necessary and so important for me right now because I'm unwilling to be vulnerable and to be open to that type of rejection again. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to get all like therapy session on you guys, but I'm literally over here like, I don't know, psychoanalyzing myself and, you know, trying to make sense of, you know, what I'm feeling and whatever. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I've honestly struggled with the fear of rejection for so long. Like I've really, really struggled with that. And not just like with this situation, but like since I was a child, I've struggled with the fear of rejection. And it could be like the simplest thing, you see me? Like, say, for example, I have like a banana chips and I'm eating a banana chips and I see my friend sitting next to me and I go, hey, you want some? And them said, no, all right. I will feel some type of way if them tell me no. I'm like, what do you mean, no, you don't want none of my banana chips? What's wrong with my banana chips? Why you don't want none? And because I'm here offer it, why you don't want it? Why you don't want it from me? Like, I would literally get in my head and turn a minuscule situation and make it massive. Because I'm so afraid of being rejected. That's mad, you know. That's actually mad. It's giving tapped. Baby girl is tapped. Because what am I even on about? What am I on about? Them saying no has nothing to do with me as a person. It has nothing to do with it doesn't take anything away from me. They just don't want none. And that's perfectly fine. And I need to be okay with that. I need to be okay with people telling me no sometimes. And that's fine. Like, it's fine because that's their boundary. Maybe them already full, them belly full, them eat for them snackery and them good, them crisp, them don't want a bunch. Or maybe them they even like banana chips. And that's perfectly fine too. I need to be okay with hearing no and not feeling as though I'm being rejected. Or hearing a different opinion that differs to my own or differs to my values, my morals, whatever, and being okay with that. We can agree to disagree, and that's perfectly fine because we're all unique individuals. We all do things differently, and it's perfectly fine if you don't want to agree with me, you know? And mind you, to some extent, I'm okay with that. To some extent, because I have been learning that, oh, you know, people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. But when it comes to certain things, I don't know, yeah, I don't know what happened. And another thing I've noticed is that a lot of things have been going right? Bear with me for a second. So I've lived a life where I am no stranger to disappointment, right? Like I've really, really been through it where I've had a lot of no's, lots of letdowns, lots of disappointments, and just a lot of just terrible things happening. Cool. Used to that. This is the norm for me, right? So now I'm at a place in my life where things are going right, where things are working out. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's all right. But then while things are going right, I'm still waiting for the ball to drop. I'm still waiting for things to go left. Because I'm so used to disappointment, I'm always expecting it. But I can't live my life in expectation of disappointment because then if I expect disappointment, I will be disappointed because I'll be setting myself up for disappointment. And that's not fair because it is my time now to live the good life, to be happy and to walk in happiness and faith and trust. So it's not fair for me to go around expecting disappointment all while praying for the better, for good. Like that don't make no sense. That don't make sense. So now I have this fear of things going right. And I'm afraid of things going right. And things are going right now. And I feel good about it, but I'm still expecting the bad things to happen. And people don't talk about that often enough. Like, yeah, you're worried about things going wrong, but nobody talks about the fear of things going right. Because when things start to go right, you get nervous, you get scared, because you're just like, oh God, I'm walking in I'm walking in an answered prayer. And then that's also nerve-wracking, because you're then worried about things going left, but also you're worried about you messing it up, you messing up a good thing. And then you get in your head and you're just like, Jano, like, I don't want to mess this up, I don't want to mess this up, I don't want to mess this up. And then you inadvertently mess it up because you're constantly worried about messing it up. Boy, me, I got through it. I got through it because honestly, they don't prepare you for these things. They really don't prepare you for the things. I don't know what can prepare you for it, but I don't know, man. Like, nothing prepares you for this, because I'm honestly so afraid of like ruining a good thing and then I end up ruining it anyway. And that's not fair to me. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to anyone. Because I want to be so careful, so tentative with it, because it's going right. And that responsibility freaks me out, because there's nothing like naming something and then I'm ready to just like back out. Because I remember this one time, right? My friend went out, right? Had a great night. It was fun, whatever. We were leaving now. So we caught her at one of my friends to go back to my apartment so she could pick up her stuff so she could go to her friend's house. So I was, all right, cool, no problem. We get to my house, so I'm here helping her because she's like a little bit drunk. Yeah. She's a bit drunk, a little bit out of it, but still lucid enough to like, help herself, to the car or whatever. But anyway, so we're in the room and I'm packing up her stuff that she had at my place, and I'm putting her bag and whatever, and I'm getting her water. I'm like, are you good? Do you need anything else? Whatever. Randomly, she goes, say you're a real friend. You're a real one. I love you. Whatever. Like she's on a spiel, a little drunk spiel. But I knew she was being honest with me, and I knew she was saying it because she felt like I was taking care of her, and she genuinely felt loved that I was helping her in this time, even though it was something so small and like I'd have done it anyway. But when she said that, I immediately started to feel anxious, because now she said it out loud. So now I feel pressure that, oh my gosh, from now on, I have to be a good friend. I have to be a real one. I have to keep it 100 with her. I have to do this and I have to do that. Mind you, I was doing it all along, but now that she's mentioned it, now that she said it out loud, now it's like a thing, now I start to feel pressured. And I'm just like, So, and it's something so simple. And she probably has like no memory of this. I don't even remember like she said that or whatever. But because she said it, I started to get worked up about it and I start losing it now, because I'm thinking, oh my God, I know I need to start doing this when I've been doing it all along, So that's another part of it. Sorry. So like I said, the fear of things going right, when things start to go where people start to look at you in a certain light, and they start to say, hey, I see you as this, and I value this in you, and whatever. It I don't know what it does, but it makes me feel pressured. It makes me feel I now have to do this when I've been doing it all along, and I'm so worried of not doing it anymore. I start to do it even more, or maybe I start to do some other weird things. It's just yeah. Oh God. What a mess. It's what I said. I've been in my head. This is what I mean. So I'm talking about. This is the things that are running through my head. These are the thoughts that I struggle with on a daily basis. And it's maddening. And it's really maddening. And then when I get like this, and I have a tendency where like, when I'm in my head, I tend to like just shut down. So like, for example, me and my friend would be hanging out and stuff, and something happens, something random. Like, say, for example, I start to feel rejected by something they've done or said. Like, go back to the banana chips situation. Offer my friend the banana chips, she said she don't want it. So I start to feel, like, I get a fear of rejection now. So immediately I shut down, right? I shut down because I'm thinking, I start getting into my head and I'm start thinking to myself, what's happened? What did I do? Why does she want to share my banana chips with me? What's the problem? a million thoughts are going through my head, spinning, twirling, going around circles. Like it's madness up here. It's buzzing, freaking out, right? And she'd be sitting next to me, and I'm just quiet. I'm saying nothing because everything is just going on up here now. And she looked at me like, big man, walk on. And I'm just there like, nothing, I'm good. Like, it's fine. And she immediately picks up that I have an attitude now, or like, no, it's been perceived as if I have an attitude. I'm giving her the cold shoulder. I'm being weird. I'm being off and whatever. When in reality, I just don't know how to say, oh, wait, why you don't want to know about banana chips? Like, what's that about? I just don't know how to say that because I'm thinking in my head 10 things under the sun that don't exist, that are not real. And then what? And then that now causes a misunderstanding between the both of us because you're misinterpreting what I'm expressing on the outside versus what I'm feeling on the inside, and vice versa. So now we both been misunderstanding each other, and we're left in this weird phase. And then that would then cause an argument because then you're like, oh, why are you giving attitude? And I'm like, oh, I'm not giving attitude. And then it just turns into this whole thing. And the whole thing was just completely unnecessary because had I just said, oh, why never want none? We could have just scratched it. We could have just anything hold right there. Brother, I feel like I make my life harder than it needs to be. And I need somebody to just slap me 2 times because... What? What am I doing? What am I doing? It's just such head assery, like such clown shit. Yeah. This is what I said when I say this is what I mean when I say like I feel like I just get in my own way. I get in my own way and I make things a lot more difficult than they need to be. I mean, I really could just make it simple, but again, I'm not very good at like communicating my feelings, communicating what's wrong, because I don't always know what's wrong and how to express what's wrong in the moment. Sometimes I need a minute to figure it out, because I don't have the words right away, and yeah. But one thing I'm grateful for though is that the people that I've cultivated friendships with and that are part of my support system understand me, and they understand that, all right, Shanice is just who she is and she just needs some time. Let's just figure it out. And then when she's ready, she'll come talk to us. Because one thing I'm going to do when I'm ready to talk, make a combust is. Best if I've been calling you, I'm on the phone for like an hour, 2 hours, just chatting. Because when I'm ready to talk, once I've figured it out, I will come and talk to you. So I'm very, very grateful for the people in my life, you know yourselves, that whenever something's amiss and I'm ready to talk, I will come and speak to you. So shout out to those people for real. You know yourselves. Love you guys 100%. But yeah, I do need to find better coping mechanisms and better ways to like deal with things, you know, to just get through them. So yeah, feel free to tell me like, you know, give me advice. Tell me what your coping mechanisms are, how you deal with like hard times, you know, when you're going through something, when you're in your head, when you're overthinking, when you're going through it with other people, like when you have arguments, like whatever it is, like, you know, how do you deal with it? And how can I deal with it? Let us help each other out, because I mean, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it is so important to, you know, take care of yourself for sure. You know, self-care has become so trendy now. Everything's about self-care, this, self-care, that, whatever, which is very, very true, very, very important and whatever. But let us not get selfish in our self-care. Let us try to be selfless. Check on your neighbor, check on your brother, check on your sister, check on your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, whoever. Check on your friends, check on your support system, check in with them too. And ask them, you know, what go on? Like, what's up? Like, are you all right? Are you good? You know? Check in with yourself. How are you feeling in this moment? Can you have a conversation right now? Do you have enough energy for that? Do you feel depleted? Do you feel sad? Do you feel angry? Do you feel upset? Are you content? You know, are you just being distracted? Or are you just distracting yourself from not dealing with your feelings? You know, those things are like really, really important to do so that you know where you are mentally. Yeah, so thanks for listening to me rant for like 30 minutes. Like I said, feel free to let me know like how you deal with things. Hit me up on Instagram at JGBW_, and let me know. Let me know how you deal with how you deal with your hard times, and what can I do to, get out of my own way. That's what I should name the start of this episode. How to get out of my own way. Please tell me, because I don't know. I be going through it, y'all. I be going through it. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant, like I said once again. And remember, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. It is so important to take care of yourself mentally just as much as physically, right? Yeah, you go to the gym and everything, but remember, checking yourself mentally. Talk to your neighbor, talk to your friend, journal, do your video diaries, go to therapy, deal with your traumas if you have any. Take care of yourself. It's really important to do that. All right, my loves. Thank you for listening. And as always, big up yourself every time.